Yeah, well, all right. Well, to segue into our next talking about the Saints, man. All these topics that we got for the Saints kind of just piggyback off of each other. Let's
Okay.
start it off. Let's start off with our thoughts about the future of the Saints without Drew Brees. You know, who you think the guy is going to be? Is it going to be Taysom? It's going to be Jameis. We're going to try to bring somebody from the outside in. What do y'all think we're gonna try to do?
I think for the
Well,
first year, it's gonna be Jameis, and they're gonna run Taysom Hill like they've been doing with Drew Brees.
mm,
So, so Jameis is gonna be the starting quarterback, but we're still gonna have those packages where we run the designated run with Taysom Hill, where once every 50 plays he throws the ball 10 yards down the field, so they have to prepare for a possible throw, even though it will probably never come again.
I mean, yeah, it's obviously. I mean, I thought we were going to try to move up in the draft for one of the young quarterbacks, but it looks like they're really just going to test the waters with Jameis and Taysom. I don't think that experiment will last longer than a year.
Dude, honestly,
I
I
Uh,
I think we're
I
kind. I
think
think.
Jameis has a high ceiling.
I mean, look, I think that Jameis has potential. I mean, he threw a lot of touchdowns. We threw just as many interceptions.
he has potential, but like, I mean, what's he going
I,
into year seven
I,
of his career?
yeah, but I think in Sean Payton's offense, like look what happened when Drew Brees got into Sean Payton's offense. I think it'll suit his play style better if because with Sean Payton's play style, there's you take a lot of these short passes, 10, 15 yards, and you get the defense really bunched in, maybe throw a couple crossers, and then they run it up the middle a bit to condense down the defense, and then once every like 10 plays or so, he'll try to throw a deep pass that's 30, 40 yards down the field.
I mean, you can say that, but Bruce Arians' offense is also just as good as Sean Payton's, and
For
that's when
sure.
he threw the 30 receptions.
Yeah.
For sure.
I
For
mean, my
sure.
my thing is, man,
But he
we
got
just need
LASIK
to.
now.
Yeah, well, we just need
Yeah,
to.
okay, like that matters.
We just need to make a decision and stick with it, man. I think we need to get rid of this whole quarterback power every 10 plays because it's not doing what it was when we first got Taysom. You know, everybody once
He
they see
figured it
Taysom,
out.
yeah, once they see Taysom, they know he's running up the middle or he's throwing a bomb. It's one of the two, and that's just easy to stop when you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think
You
it
know,
also got worse, especially after last season where he played at those 8 or 9 games, and he was our offense. Everything that we've had in the playbook for him has been exposed. I mean, there might be a few kinks here and there that Sean Payton still has up his sleeve with that guy, but I think the reason why he didn't play Jameis Winston is because he didn't want to show his potential offense before Jameis was ready. So I think he was trying to, keep him in the weights, let him grow up a little bit, let him do everything he needs to do, on the field and stuff like that, and then bring him out with no film on him. Because I think that Taysom's done. He might get a couple runs off here and there. He's gonna be great on 3rd and 4th and 1 and stuff like that. But I just don't see him as a franchise quarterback anytime soon.
and
I
they just
mean,
need to.
what they gave him that $140 million contract, where almost all of it's voidable. I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, he's pretty much done. I said
Yeah.
we might keep him for 1 year, but they're not going to keep that salary. You know what they're not
Oh
going to
yeah.
keep that.
That's a placeholder right there. So then that way, when they want to clear up money, they can go and take it from him. It's a classic thing that they do in the NFL. You can see a lot of quarterbacks will take these gigantic contracts, and then every year you hear them taking a $10 or $15 million pay cut because they want to go get somebody. That's how Tom Brady went and got Antonio Brown and all those guys that he was willing to take less money, shorten his contract up and stuff like that, and go win. And it's something that we've done with Drew for years. So I think that's what we're doing with Taysom too.
Yeah, and well,
Yeah,
you never know too, man. They might just switch him, make him like more of like a H-back situation or like a tight end, and just get him out there making plays that he'll be able to make. And it's not just a quarterback power, him running up the middle, get him out there catching some passes or something like that. Because he's shown that he's able to catch passes, score, go out there and score some touchdowns. But we just gotta make a decision
I
with the
don't think
quarterback thing, man.
the offense. I don't. It might be a problem, but I don't really think that'll be like. I think the issue next year is going to be defense. I mean, what we lost like 6 starters.
Yeah, it was some heavy stuff, man. Lost a lot of guys.
Yeah, we lost Trey Hendrickson, Jackrabbit. Who knows what's going to happen with Marshawn Lattimore? We lost Sheldon Rankins. We lost Quan Alexander and Anzalone. I mean, Anzalone wasn't that good, but he was our starter. And he was
Yeah.
going to pick that spot up.
And I think that as much as I like Quan because he was an LSU guy, I just don't think that he's going to be a long-term NFL guy. I mean, he was kind of a rotational guy last year, so he is a loss for our depth. But I don't see him as that huge of a loss talent-wise, to be honest with you.
Well, the games he played, he started, he did fairly well, but the knock on him is he's made of glass. He gets injured every 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate to hear it, but we're always a supporter. He's an LSU guy. We're longtime LSU fans on this podcast, as you'll see later.
Oh
But
yeah.
so to the best to him. To the best to him.
Mm-hmm.